Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to unpack the really important ideas and insights, helping you feel genuinely well-informed.
And today, we're getting into something really rich. Viet Thanh Nguyen's Pulitzer Prize winner, The Sympathizer.
It's an incredible novel. We're going deep into its world, looking at identity, loyalty, war's impact, all through this unnamed narrator.
The man who calls himself a spy, a sleeper, a spook, a man of two faces. That description alone tells you so much.
Absolutely. And our mission really is to follow his journey.
Yeah.
Vietnam, America, loyalty, betrayal. It's all in there.
Yeah, digging into what the book asks about belonging, being understood, and just carrying the weight of history.
So let's start right there with this man of two faces. His whole identity seems built on this duality.
It really is. I mean, born to a French priest and a Vietnamese mother, called a bastard. That experience right from the start.
It shapes everything.
Completely. He even said it himself, it kind of predisposes him to sympathize with others, to blur those lines between us and them. It's like his superpower and his curse, maybe.
That makes sense. And then there are his blood brothers, Bon and Man. Tell us about them.
Right. Crucial figures. Bon, he's the loyal soldier, the paratrooper, very distinct physically and politically unwavering.
And Man?
Man's the intellectual, is a communist handler, a big reader. These three, they have this intense bond, sealed way back when they were kids, slicing their palms, mingling blood.
Wow. So this blood brotherhood, what does that represent when everything else is shifting politically?
Well, it's maybe the only real anchor he has, In a world where loyalties are constantly demanded, tested, betrayed, this bond feels different. Deeper, maybe.
Which must become incredibly strained during the fall of Saigon. Let's go there. The chaos, the general trying to evacuate.
Oh, absolutely. The general described as thin, great posture, 9 fingers, 8 toes, loves good food, a Christian, tried to get 58 relatives out on a C-130. It's frantic.
And Claude, the American CIA guy, is supposedly helping.
Supposedly.
Right.
Our most trusted American friend. But he's CIA, working behind the scenes. It really captures that feeling of being manipulated.
Like the general's comment about Americans liking to look you in the eye while screwing you from behind.
Exactly. Just a brutal assessment of that relationship. And the atmosphere in Saigon. Pure panic.
Planes leaving, the CIA spreading rumors, prison, garroting, forced marriages, just stoking the fear.
Right. Psychological warfare to hasten the collapse. And the actual departure is pure drama.
The general arguing with Claude over who gets on the plane.
Yeah, limited space. In the end, it's mostly officers, including Bon, and the narrator. He's arranging bribes.
Yeah.
Using 10 grand from a requisition fund just to get people through checkpoints.
Shows how fast things broke down. And tell me about his rucksack. It gets a specific description.
Oh, the rucksack. A gift from Claude, actually. Handsomest thing he owned. Leather. Smells weirdly specific. Autumn leaves, grilled lobster, and the sweat and sperm of boys' boarding schools.
That's quite a description. Very unsettling.
It really is. Hints at the darkness beneath the surface, maybe. But the key thing is the false bottom.
For hiding things.
Exactly. Hiding the Minox spy camera Man gave him. So the rucksack literally carries his double life, his mission. It's a perfect physical symbol of his duality.
Makes sense. And the farewells are just heartbreaking. The general apologizing to his staff.
And the old butler, who's been with him since Dien Bien Phu, asking for a pistol to shoot himself. Just devastating. Captures the despair of being left behind.
While the narrator is getting his real mission from Man. Go to America, be a spy, watch the general.
Yep. Man stresses secrecy, hierarchy, the revolutionary discipline. But the narrator also admits, he wants to go to America, land of supermarkets, Superman. The whole dream.
A dream that crashes into reality pretty fast in the refugee camps, right?
Oh, yeah. Guam. The general's people get slightly better barracks, but it's still grim. And then the general gets beaten up by refugee women.
Why? What happened?
They accused him of betraying them, basically. Losing family members while he fled. It shows the divisions, the blame, didn't just disappear.
And life there sounds tough. Bon's despair.
Total despair. On welfare, working as a janitor. He makes this bitter comment, welfare was a better reward than a medal. Really captures the disillusionment.
And the narrator, even with American stuff, feels poor.
Yeah.
Then he gets into academia.
Right, becomes the token rescued refugee on campus, the sole Vietnamese student.
And he creates this whole new persona, right? The harmless quartermaster.
Exactly. Hiding his past as an infantry officer, special branch. He's performing for his new audience, playing a role.
Which must be exhausting, especially dealing with people like the department chair.
Oh, the chair. Obsessed with Orient versus Occident, gives the narrator homework to list his qualities for each side, sees him as this ideal translator.
And the narrator's reaction is gastric reflux. Perfect.
Isn't it? He sees the absurdity of the condescension. But Mrs. Mori, the secretary, she's interesting.
How so?
Japanese-American, peace symbol keychain, very firm. My culture is American, and my language is English. Skeptical of the chair, feels like a spy in that man's office herself. Shows identity struggles exist everywhere.
Good point. But the narrator spying takes a much darker, more direct turn. The crapulent major.
Yes, the general orders him neutralized. This major, who used to get the narrator Chinese food, is now a gas station attendant, suspected of being an informant.
And his personal situation is just tragic.
Heartbreaking. Wife in a sweatshop, new twins they can't afford. It completely deglamorizes the violence.
But Bond sees it differently.
Bond justifies it, calls it assassination, not murder. War rules apply. His logic is terrifying. Innocent people get killed. It's only murder if you know they're innocent.
Wow, that's a line. And the killing itself.
Chillingly detailed. Bond hesitates to shoot him in the back, then does. The bullet hole like a third eye, the blood on a yellow happy face plastic bag.
And the narrator feels numb.
Initially numb, yeah. Then this lingering guilt. He worries whether I felt a thing. It's a turning point, definitely, pushing him deeper into this moral quagmire.
Quagmire that only gets deeper when he gets involved with Hollywood.
Right, the movie The Hamlet.
Yeah.
He tries to consult to bring some authenticity.
But the director, the auteur, isn't having it.
Not really. Arrogant, dismissive, insists screams are universal.
And the narrator pushes back.
Strongly. Screams are not universal. He explains the cultural differences, even writes out an authentic Vietnamese scream. A-I-A-H. A small act of defiance.
But the auteur's vision is fixed.
Yeah, classic. White men saving good yellow people from bad yellow people. The narrator sees it as a way to lobotomize and pickpocket the world's audiences, to strip mine history.
And even the Vietnamese roles.
End up played by other Asian actors, supposedly because there are no qualified Vietnamese actors, reduced to stereotypes victims or King Kong, total erasure.
And the scenes they film are brutal. The rape scene.
The narrator argues against it, but the auteur brushes it off. A little shock treatment never hurt an audience, just callous.
And the torture scene.
Simulating waterboarding on James Yoon, who plays Bin. Even the extras playing the torturers find it hard work. Constant cursing. Fuck your mother. It's raw.
Then the cemetery destruction. That sounds particularly awful.
Horrifying. The auteur decides, on the spot, to blow up a cemetery set with real explosives for authenticity, showing the true depravity of both sides, he claims.
And the description, dead Vietnamese, take your places. Extras with fake limbs, sausage guts.
Being gnawed by a stray dog? It's grotesque. Shows utter disrespect, how suffering becomes a spectacle.
And the main actor, the thespian, method acting taken to extremes.
Captain Will Seamus. Didn't shower for months, smelled like slightly less than fresh ricotta. His final line in the film, the whore. The whore. Just bizarre.
So Hollywood is basically another enemy?
The narrator calls it a horror movie monster. It owns the means of production and therefore the means of representation. The film is a sequel to our war and a prequel to the next one. Powerful critique.
It really is. This theme of control, manipulation, it connects to the interrogation section too, doesn't it, with Claude?
Absolutely. Claude's philosophy. Interrogation is a science. Mind first, body second. Disorientation, sensory deprivation, calculated cruelty.
And the narrator applies this
to the watchman, his first big subject, a watchmaker, philosophical type.
And the torture method, country music.
Hank Williams. Hey, good looking, on repeat. Claude says the average Vietnamese cannot bear it. Calls country the most segregated kind of music in America, compares it to lynch mobs, weaponizing culture again.
That's insidious. And the Watchman's perspective is interesting too.
He lifts a script, right? We are all guilty until proven innocent, as even the Americans have shown. Argues their actions prove it. A really challenging idea.
Challenges that whole innocent until proven guilty ideal.
Definitely. And the narrator, wanting to impress Claude, comes up with his own cruel twist.
What does he do?
Writes a fake confession, framing the Watchman as gay, joining the revolution for love. Knowing that for a Vietnamese Catholic, that accusation, that filth, would be the ultimate breaking point. Pure psychological warfare.
Truly dark. All this is happening while he's embedded in the exile movement back in the U.S.
Right. The General's restaurant, the Chop Suey house is the front. Waiters are all veterans. Madame runs the uniforms, flags, the women's group. Keeping up appearances.
And the country clock.
Yeah, shaped like Vietnam, set to Saigon time. Symbolizes being stuck between two worlds, two times. Reluctant time travelers, he calls them, going in circles.
A poignant image, and the movement itself is funded, ironically.
By the CIA, basically.
Yeah.
Through front foundations. The narrator's observation. Money talks. It shows the contradictions. Fighting for independence, funded by the superpower they blame.
And their plan involves sending a secret army back.
A recon team to Thailand, then overland, led by this admiral guy.
The Ho Chi Minh lookalike.
That's the one. Believes God is on his side, fighting with 200 apostles. It's this mix of delusion and determination.
Which sets up the final act, the ultimate betrayal for the narrator, killing Sonny.
His old college friend, now a journalist reporting on the secret army. Sonny chose a different path, stayed in America, wants a family with Miss Maury.
He represents assimilation, maybe. A future in America.
Perhaps. And the narrator has to eliminate him. It's brutal. Shoots him multiple times. That familiar numbness returns. Then the crushing guilt.
And soon after, he's captured himself.
Ambushed. Thrown in an isolation cell. Forced to write and rewrite his confession. Psychological torture again.
By the commandant, who's a complex figure.
Very. Kind one moment, cruel the next. Calls the narrator a guest, a special case. Argues being anti-American is still being American. Tries to re-educate him, strip away his Western influences, push native traditions.
And uses things like the wood pigeon replication.
Exactly. Revealing the delicious bird was actually rat. Shattering illusions, rubbing his face in the grim reality.
The torture becomes more physical, too. The watch.
Yeah, wired to his toe. A spark every minute to prevent sleep, plus a recording of a baby screaming. It's relentless.
And the goal is?
To make him remember what you forgot. What specific thing? It's unclear, but the ghosts of Sonny and the Major haunt him, accusing him.
But strangely, the commandant and the commissar seem to almost appreciate his duality.
They see his two minds as a strength for revolutionary. They return his rucksack, the book on communism.
Yeah.
Like they still see him as an asset. It's perverse.
Which leads to his final escape attempt.
With Bond and others. Yeah. Hiding on a fishing trawler. It's incredibly dangerous. It's a suicide mission. The rules have changed again. Yellow music banned. Only red revolutionary music allowed.
And he carries his manuscript.
Wrapped in plastic. His testament, his attempt to represent ourselves against all those who sought to represent us. His final act of defining himself.
And the ending. He screams one word as the final part of his re-education. What does that signify?
The realization, the knowledge gained through torture. He says it hurts more than anything done to me. Pain ends, but knowledge does not. It's a profound, painful epiphany.
So, wrapping this up, what's the big takeaway for you, the listener?
Well, I mean, the narrator's journey just hammers home how fluid and contradictory identity and loyalty become under pressure, especially war and exile. Being a spy, his mixed background. It forces this constant self-questioning. He truly is that man of two minds.
Yeah, and the novel really makes you grapple with different viewpoints, doesn't it? American ideals, communist ideals, and how messy and brutal the reality is behind those ideals, how narratives get twisted.
Absolutely. So the question we're left with maybe is this. In a world where, as the book suggests, even screens aren't universal, where big ideas like independence and freedom can seem worthless, how do you find your own truth?
Where do your sympathies lie? Is this man of two minds just a character? Or, maybe a reflection of the complexities we all navigate in this interconnected, often confusing world? Something to think about.